The movie opens up by showing us a deserted sailing boat being searched by some people. They find a man's shoes and notes left behind. The police take these items into custody as evidence. Suddenly, a fierce ocean storm erupts, destroying tunnels. Gossip spreads about this shocking event. A team of concerned scientists wonder about the cause. Could it be an earthquake? But no explanations arise. The police decide to investigate the strange occurrence. In the aftermath, chaos ensues for people until the police come to the rescue. Yet the tunnels remain filled with smoke. Some individuals gleefully upload videos of the destruction on social media, showing no fear. Welcome to the review recapped. Help us grow by subscribing and turning on the notifications. Enjoy! However, the Japanese government detects a serious problem may be developing. Some cabinet secretaries believe a gigantic living creature dwells in the ocean, as the water temperature has risen over 10 degrees Celsius. One man questions how any living thing could survive such high heat. Others suggest the temperature increase could be due to the creature's presence. A meeting is held between politicians and scientists to discuss this issue. Then a news broadcast reveals a massive tail emerging from the ocean, likely belonging to a living being. There is a great surprise. They speculate this may be a new species. After debate, they decide through a vote that the creature should be killed rather than captured. The aquatic creature starts moving, crawling onto a bridge while crushing ships and boats in its path. It crawls forward, shattering the bridge completely. Many people are victimized in the process. A scientist informs the Prime Minister that this creature will cause immense destruction and should be swiftly killed. Meanwhile, a man named Yaguchi is told by his colleague Hiromi that she possesses valuable information about such creatures. Her knowledge could prove helpful. Yaguchi agrees and asks Hiromi to come and advise them. Upon examining photos and videos of the creature, she deduces it can walk on land since it has legs. Soon after, it reaches the shore of the island. But no one believes Hiromi's warnings. However, her predictions quickly become a reality. The aquatic beast emerges from the ocean onto land, flailing its tail wildly. It has no arms, only fins around its neck like a gigantic fish. The behemoth crushes everything beneath its feet. Houses shake violently and objects are sent flying as the creature walks, smashing anything in its path with its head. Buildings and vehicles are left utterly demolished. Roads crack under its weight as it destroys houses with its tail. It moves steadily at 13 km/h. The military arrives to begin rescue operations for the affected people. The government decides the rampaging creature must be killed at once. Military helicopters are promptly dispatched to confront the monster Godzilla. The aircraft prepare to fire missiles but halt noticing civilians in the vicinity. This Japanese Godzilla is named Shin Godzilla, distinct from prior ones. Its capacity for destruction is greater than ever seen before. Yaguchi assembles a team of highly competent and dedicated members. One talented member reveals that tissue samples were extracted from Godzilla and sent to the USA for analysis. Another asks what the creature consumes for energy and how it survives. Hiromi speculates its power source is either radioactive contamination or nuclear radiation. The abnormal heating of the ocean on the day Godzilla appeared likely came from its presence. Yaguchi recalls the notes found on the abandoned boat. The missing owner had been researching the ocean and this monster. His knowledge could prove valuable for their mission. The notes disclosed the man had finished his research and hoped government scientists would advance the work. He documented that Godzilla inhabits the ocean, feeding on radioactive creatures to survive. On land, Godzilla's body swells far beyond its normal proportions. Yaguchi decides Godzilla should be transported to the USA for further study and experiments. However, they must first determine how to prevent Godzilla from repeatedly coming ashore by altering its body temperature. Unexpectedly, some people oppose attacking Godzilla, believing it to be a divine creature sent by God. They remain oblivious to the death and destruction it is causing. Godzilla soon eliminates these misguided followers. Today proves to be even more catastrophic than before. Godzilla has returned to land, now grown larger. An urgent command is issued to evacuate all citizens to shelters. Additionally, Godzilla must be annihilated right away by any means necessary. The military deploys using its most advanced weapons. But despite their valiant efforts, Godzilla remains impervious to all attacks. Japan realizes they lack the power to defeat Godzilla alone. Hence, the United States military is called in to assist. They commence airstrikes against the seemingly unstoppable Godzilla. As a consequence, electrical failures occur in the tunnels and shelters where citizens have taken refuge. Vital infrastructures across the city are critically damaged. Even the Prime Minister's headquarters situated in the attack zone are affected. This drives out the U.S. forces, leaving only Japan's military to contend with Godzilla. They strategically position tanks and launch aircraft assaults from all directions. But Godzilla withstands the relentless bombardment, refusing to yield. Its body starts to bleed profusely from the injuries sustained. Sensing its strength fading, Godzilla's shape begins emitting atomic rays from its mouth and the spikes on its tail. The surrounding buildings are set ablaze as Godzilla spews flames. United States helicopters and structures are obliterated by the intense energy beams released. Even the Prime Minister's jet explodes in the sky. Bizarrely, holes start to appear in Godzilla's tail, also unleashing powerful atomic rays. The beams ignite everything, leveling planes and helicopters. Yaguchi and U.S. officials are at a loss about how to stop the unbridled creature. They hold an emergency meeting to discuss solutions. If Godzilla possesses nuclear energy within its body, then it could wield this power to destroy the entire planet. They question why its body doesn't freeze over to contain this ability. All agree utilizing a nuclear bomb may be necessary as a last resort, though the devastating impact on Japan is recognized. But they cannot sacrifice the whole city. Instead, the committee is instructed to proceed with the plan to freeze Godzilla. They will produce enough coagulants on their own to accomplish this mission. The United States promises the Japanese government that it will provide whatever support is needed until Japan can execute its strategy. Troubling new information then surfaces. The missing boat researcher had studied the creature and radiation to find a cure after his wife's death from exposure. But the government dismissed his work. Heartbroken, the man disappeared without a trace, leaving behind his vital research notes recovered on the boat. Time passes, and further studies reveal Godzilla may be able to reproduce and multiply. This prospect terrifies everyone. If one Godzilla is beyond its capabilities, an army of monsters would be impossible to overcome. The freezing plan must now be enacted swiftly. The United States pressures Japan to work faster, threatening to employ nuclear weapons within 2 days if the freezing fails. But Japan needs 3 days minimum. Other nations side with Japan, offering help and resources to accelerate the freezing plan. The fateful day soon arrives. With the coagulant ready, Godzilla must be lured out. It is spotted near railway lines. Trains are sent crashing into Godzilla to awaken its wrath. The monster starts pursuing them, destroying everything around it. Strategic low-impact missiles are used to direct Godzilla without endangering civilians. Shin Godzilla unleashes its full arsenal, atomic rays and fiery breath. But its strength is spent. With its temperature falling, Godzilla slows down. Japan enacts its strategy to explode buildings onto Godzilla, burying it beneath the rubble so it cannot rise again. Tankers of coagulant are brought in. With Godzilla's face partially exposed, they inject its mouth but find no effect. Oral administration fails, as expected. Godzilla frees itself from the wreckage, still emitting rays from its tail. It remains unclear how to feel the beast once more. So trains again crash into it, knocking Godzilla down. This time, the coagulant is administered directly onto its body without any delay. Workers in protective gear surround Godzilla, spraying it from all sides. Simultaneously, they focus the freezing gas into its mouth. Godzilla arises, but the battle is over. Its body temperature has dropped enough to freeze completely solid. Godzilla seems now like a mere statue rather than a living entity. Relief sweeps over Japan that Godzilla will pose no further threat, trapped and frozen without any food or energy source until its demise. The final scene depicts Japan starting to rebuild all the devastation, signaling a hopeful new beginning. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.